Joining us and recently engaged, and congratulations on that.
Thank you.
No one tried to talk you out of that?
No, all my friends, they were just shocked that I'm engaged.
Really?
Yeah, my friends, they were like, I mean, they weren't shocked after Brandon and I met. Like, they knew, like, even my best friend was like, oh, y'all are going to be totally engaged by Christmas. And she was right. She nailed that one. So,
wow.
But yeah, I didn't think that. But,
well, you went the longest time where you had to defend yourself. You had people just like, why is she not dating? Why does she not have boyfriends?
Yeah. And then it would start in like, oh, she must be gay. And I'm like, well, first of all, that's an insult to both parties. Single people and gay people. I'm like, just because you're single doesn't mean you're gay.
Bottom line is just let people meet who they need to meet and let everything happen in time.
Yeah.
You know.
And I was a hard one. Like, I just, I will totally own that I was jaded. Like, I'd been, through a lot of kind of crap through my past.
Did you find a lot of guys who were only interested in you because you're Kelly Clarkson?
Totally.
It goes that way, too. See, we never really touch on that because, obviously, it's very public that you have ladies that are, microphone chasers or guitar chasers. They go after those guys. Or cleat chasers going after athletes.
Guys are just the same.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you spot them?
Oh, I mean, a douche, yeah.
Is it pretty easy?
Yeah. You can spot that right off the bat. You're like, Tool, check. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. And then it just turns you off. Like, people find it amazing. Even Brandon, like, he finds it amazing that I was single for 6 years. And I'm like, I was single for 6 years, one, because it's hard just to meet people in this industry. Like, I work all the time. I don't know. It's just, and then when you meet people, everybody's trying to climb that ladder.
Did you have publicists trying to put you together with different people?
Oh my gosh, yes, I've had that happen twice, and I was like, that actually came out of your mouth? Wow, no.
Wow.
Wait, so you had a publicist who was like, you should get together with this person because it would look great in the...
I had their publicist called my publicist and said, hey, this would be a great idea if they went out, like, he's in her, like, then it'd be great for whatever, and I was like, what? Like, totally what happened on Nashville.
Like on the TV
show. Yeah.
With the quarterback.
Except I never actually went out with them.
The show. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
No, well, my fiance, Brandon, he has an 11-year-old daughter. So, I mean, she likes all that stuff, too. So, I try and do cool stuff. So, like I tried to get a picture with Bieber and I got a picture with him.
Right.
But I just mean, just to be a cool girlfriend at that point.
Yeah.
She's here asking my permission. Kelly Clarkson, I understand that you want to get married. And why is he the guy? What was wrong? I thought we had a...
What connection?
Yeah, I thought we had a thing.
Well, it's that whole hunter thing that he does. It's like the camo really turns me out.
Really? You like... I've never seen Brandon in camo.
Is sexy. Oh, my God. Are
Seriously?
you kidding? He wears he's camo man.
Really?
Yes. We have a whole part of our garage that's dedicated to hunting.
I never knew that.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. I asked him to take me turkey hunting on my 30th birthday because I'd never been hunting at all. Mm-hmm. And then I told him I lied and I was like, oh, I just couldn't see the turkey well enough, but I just didn't want to shoot it. But anyway, but he got all decked out in his camo, and I was like, happy birthday, me.
Is that one of the reasons that he and Blake... Kelly Clarkson coming up.
It's after midnight.
Kelly Clarkson, now we can applaud. See, I thought I was totally going to get you, like we're going to have the father-daughter conversation about getting married. And you're like, this is weird, but that's all right. Sometimes the interviews just don't go the way you plan.
I know. Well, you know what? He's actually lucky. He didn't actually have to ask anybody for my hand. So, yeah, I'm walking down the aisle solo.
And you know what's funny about it was I knew that you and he had been seeing each other well before it went public.
Yeah.
And I congratulated Brandon. And I said, dude, because you can just tell when people are in love.
Yeah, or happy.
And I think that's one of the things. I think that's one of the reasons that I knew, seeing the two of you together and the way that you looked at each other.
Yeah, well, it's kind of funny, too, though, because then when you, like, his family and, like, my friends, like, my best friend was like, I just love that you're not dark anymore. And I'm like, what? I'm like, when was I super dark? And she was like, you're so much happier and you have a light about you. And his sisters will tell me that. Brandon's sisters were like, he was just unhappy like forever. And like, he's just happy now. And it's just kind of funny though, because you stop and go, what? Was I miserable before? Like, I didn't really know.
No, it's just, there's a light.
Yeah,
there's
I totally get it though. It is a totally different, I'm a little more cheesy and I'm a little bit more vulnerable, I guess. So even with friendships now, like he kind of makes me better. So
did it take you a while to let your guard down?
Oh, God, yeah. I'm totally that child that's had walls built for decades.
Well, you had a lot. You've had some tough times in your past, and it made sense that you would have had those walls. But it does take that one special person to brick by brick, earn your trust, tear it down.
The great thing about him, I think I know because I'm so much of a better person around him. Like, he makes me be very honest. He makes me, he'll be like, wait, is that what you're really thinking? Or are you hiding? Like, he's just really good for me. Like, and he says that and vice versa. So.
Where the hand comes down, you push the quarter. Right. I have never seen one of those rings in that machine that you are wearing. Good God Almighty. That
did come in a Cracker Jack box.
I mean, let's be honest. When you saw that, were you like, are you for real?
That's exactly what I said. Those words. I was like, are you for real? Like, and I thought, okay, Brandon, he is a huge prankster. Yeah. Like, with me all the time. He's the guy that jumps out and scares you all the time and like a 10-year-old and still thinks it's funny. Like,
that's me.
That's what he is too. And so when he had it out, I was like, I didn't know. I was like, surely this would be very mean if it were a joke or a prank, and it wasn't. But I kept going, are you for real? Like, over and over. Because in February, it'll be a year. And, he was married for a good while. And I'm that person that wants somebody to, take their time and make sure that they've had time to work stuff out, because that's huge. Like, I've gone through 2 divorces with my family, but I've never been the person getting divorced. And that can be really hard. So, I just didn't know, like, if it was I didn't think it would be that soon. So.
Did you cry?
I told like a baby.
What about him?
And I laughed. The funniest thing is I think he got a little nervous because I got so overwhelmed when he asked me that I never actually said yes.
Are you serious? Really?
Yeah, I got so overwhelmed because I was like, what? And then I was like, are you gonna put the ring on my finger? And because he hadn't done it yet, and he was like, you haven't actually said yes. He's like, and he just kind of got a little red and was like, but yeah.
And did you guys call Reba and Narvel together?
No, I called my mother and he called his parents, and then I called, we called separate other people, but anytime he'd call someone, like I remember he called Narvel, I'm just hooting and hollering in the background. I'm just going, woo! Like in the background, I'm like,
close the deal, baby.
Yeah. But it's so funny, right when you get married, everybody asks, when is it? When's your wedding? And I'm like, we just got engaged. Like, or right when you get engaged, people ask like, when you get married? And I'm like, I don't.
So you've not yet gotten married, just to be sure.
No. And then people said that. We went to Cancun because his family, they do vacation there every Christmas, I guess. And so we were in Cancun, and I guess somebody saw us there. And then they saw me drinking water, and they were like, oh, she's pregnant. People that drink water aren't pregnant. We just like water.
Yeah, she's just being healthy.
Yeah,
that's all
it is.
What?
But I had a lot of tequila the night before. So,
And this is the one that... you said it's one that you couldn't have recorded, or probably wouldn't have.
I would never have
recorded had it not been for the love of Brandon.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you don't experience, I have to if I don't write the song, I have to have had experienced it. And I mean, if somebody would have sent me "Don't Rush" like a year ago, I would have been like, okay, like that's super cheesy. That'll go in the cheese pile that I'm never gonna record. But like I think once you experience something, I'm just like, oh, I'm totally cheesy. I totally get it. Like I do love sitting around like on a Sunday afternoon doing nothing. Like with him. That's like the best part of the week. Like so, I think it. And I think my fans are kind of worried.
What do you mean? That you're not going to be dark anymore?
Yeah, that I'm not going to be dark anymore. But I'm like, well, eventually he'll piss me off, so I'm sure.
Congratulations on I'm sure you've heard that a million times.
Thank you.
Oh, there was let's see that again. Let's see that. Did you see her whip out the sparkle?
I did.
Now that is more than bling right there.
I brought out my Beyonce, and I showed you. I did. Okay. I was very excited. Hey, it took 30 years to get this. I got to show this stuff off.
Can we ask a couple of marriage questions?
Prep me.
You are thinking about some things right now. So are you guys going to have joint bank accounts? Thought about that yet? Or is that going to be one? See, that's something to think about.
Well, we both have business managers, so I'm guessing not.
When you get married and you're at the level you guys are, you guys work it out, and the business managers when you sit down for a family meeting? Is that the way that goes?
Honestly, I guess we don't even talk about it. His guy Drew talks to my girl Casey. I've never thought about that.
I had separate for a while.
And when you're poor, though, you have to have one.
Is that
it's like joint effort in paying those bills.
Exactly.
See, that's the family I grew up in. Yeah.
It's almost like their business managers are getting married as well.
I guess that's true.
They are.
Maybe they should exchange rings.
They are. See, I haven't even thought about these kind of questions. Now I'm freaked out. Thank you.
Have you noticed some bad habits already where you're like, wait, whoa, that might get on my nerves? And I'm talking about socks on the floor. Simple stuff like that.
No, we kind of are very similar.
Oh, really?
It's really weird. Even about dishes in the sink, we don't do that, both of us.
No kidding.
We're both very clean.
You are the person that if there's one in there, it's bugging you.
Yeah, no, you put it in the dishwasher.
Oh, wow.
It's right there.
Great.
I mean, that's just laziness. It's right there to the right of it. Just wash it off and put it in the dishwasher. Yeah, but we're both that way. There's things that we're like, oh, that was cute how you said that. But maybe don't do that again. Like, it's like,
Congratulations on your engagement. That's pretty cool.
Yes, it's pretty much the coolest thing ever to happen to me.
Yeah. Were you one of those girls that, thought, oh, I probably won't get married till I'm such and such an age? Or did you have any thoughts about it ever?
I think my stepfather, when I was younger, was like, he said something to me like, he was like, you know what, some people are just single their whole life. Because I'm so, like, he was like, because I didn't date much because I worked a lot.
Yeah.
I had like 3 or 4 jobs at a time all the time, and I just, I was really just a worker. And anyway, and then he was like, you know what, if you do get married, it's going to be really late. Like, he's like, there's no way. You're 2 on the go all the time.
Aww.
And so, but, he was right. I am. I love, I guess I was just raised by a very independent mother, and, she was single a lot of my life. So, I guess I'm just like that, So it took a lot for me to break down those walls. So.
Yeah. But it's true. When you're busy and you're doing all that you're doing, it's hard to find time to do a lot of socializing. And it's also, I think, and I've talked with other people about this, once you become kind of well-known, it's really hard to find people because you're always wondering, who's interested. Yes. Yeah. So that.
Well, and that's what's great about Brandon. Like, I don't ever have to worry. I mean, he grew up in it. His mom is Reba. Mom is Reba. Like, I mean, he doesn't care at all. So, and he manages Blake Shelton. He's just already in the industry, So he does. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, he's not impressed by all of that.
Yeah, he's like, whatever.
Before we talk about the song real quick, did you see the photobomb picture with President Clinton?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. So we saw it, my fans are so crazy. They have stuff before anybody has it. So I saw it on my Twitter literally right after I got off the stage. We all left and went inside. It was pretty quick. And so Brandon and I were like, oh, my gosh, if he's at the White House reception tonight, we have to beg him to let us take a picture like that. Like, if he's behind some people, and doing a thumbs up, going, yeah, and we couldn't get near him. He happened to be there, but there were so many politicians around him. I just felt like a tool that, walk him and be like, yeah, the economy. Can I get a picture? So we didn't get to do it, but we were dying to do it because I think it's funny because people keep making fun of him like he's checking us out, but it wasn't stadium seating, so we're all literally standing behind each other. So we all were doing that. We all were peeking and looking around.
Right, of course.
Got him, yeah.
The media's just blowing it out of proportion, but it was so damn funny, and I love your attitude about it, that you're just,
I'm actually trying to get my band member that's, crazy good, with art and stuff, to Photoshop a picture, either draw a picture of me behind him doing
my God.
You have to. It'll go viral.
One more thing. I hear you're a Little Big Town fan, too. You were talking about...
Oh, girl. Yes. I mean, I've always loved Little Big Town. Reba actually is a huge Little Big Town fan, and she turned me on to them years ago, and I've always liked them, but, they're amazing singers. It's like a country version of Fleetwood Mac.
Yes.
I love it. Man, this new sound that they do with Jay Joyce,
yep.
It's old school Bonnie Raitt. It's my favorite thing. I'm obsessed. Ever since I heard Tornado in the car, I was driving around in Nashville, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to sing with them. My favorite thing is harmonies. I think Reba, she's like that too, so I think that's why we both gravitate towards them, but I love the harmony, man. It is so awesome, and it's so soulful.
Maybe they'd sing at your wedding.
Oh! That is the best idea ever.
We're starting it right here.
But you don't know when you're getting married, do you?
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. We know it's going to be the fall. I kid you not, I'm writing this down.
You're the cutest.
Ask them. Watch them be on tour or something, but I'm totally going to ask them.
I love it. Well, Kelly, thank you so much for your time. You are a huge talent. We love the song Don't Rush. It kind of reminds me of Barbara Mandrell. It's got a little,
me too. Yeah. That's what I love it towards them, but I love the harmony, man. It is so awesome, and it's so soulful.
Maybe they'd sing at your wedding.
Oh! That is the best idea ever.
We're starting it right here.
But you don't know when you're getting married, do you?
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. We know it's going to be the fall. I kid you not, I'm writing this down.
You're the cutest.
Ask them. Watch them be on tour or something, but I'm totally going to ask them. I just think it's a huge country ballad. So.
And you've got another country connection with, you're kind of in the Blake Shelton / Reba McEntire family.
Yeah.
Well, you're about to be in the Reba McEntire family.
I know, right? That's funny.
With your engagement, congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. We're very excited. We're just kind of overwhelmed with the planning of the wedding. So.
Yeah, I was going to pick your brain there. Are you going to do something huge, or are you guys planning something fairly simple? I mean, it's hard to do something very private, obviously, because everybody's going to follow you around. But what do you guys have in mind?
We're actually thinking the fall this year, and we're thinking outside. And man, we are trying to make it small, but it is hard. Because once you invite one person, you have to invite 5 others.
Right.
You invite 5 others. It's like I literally had a breakdown like 2 weeks ago about the wedding list, because I was like, I just don't know, and I don't want. And people think like because I'm in front of people all the time singing that I'm comfortable being in front of people, but
right.
But I'm actually terrified that everyone's watching me walk down an aisle. Like that actually is the worst thing ever. So
right. Oh, and what if you trip on your dress, and that's going to be on the internet
it's
forever?
It's not a what if situation. It will happen. And you know what? I'll just get up and superstar it out. And
right.
You marry Kathleen Gallagher. Do y'all remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'll just do that and just get up and keep going.
Now, are you one of these people that's going to do some sort of performance at your ceremony or your wedding, your reception? You know, like they do these big production numbers now where like the bridesmaids will dance to like all the single ladies or something.
Oh, well, I'm sure that will happen after having several drinks at one point.
There you go, yes.
No, Blake he's going to play at our reception, so we're pretty excited.